Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101 Sunday Night Football post-game show. We're going to recap that game and last night's Monday night game. So it's a Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football recap show. I will get to both games in just a moment. But first, here is the Scott Sports 101 Week 11 Monday Night Football trivia question. So it's a New York Giants trivia question. Who was the head coach of the 1986 New York Giants football team? I'll have the answer later on the podcast. Well, we're going to recap the Sunday night game first. The LA Chargers beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in a horse race game. This game was a battle, 41-37 at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, and it was a crazy back and forth fourth quarter. Justin Herbert of the Chargers outlasted Ben Roethlisberger and the visiting Steelers 41-37 after watching their 17-point lead evaporate. Herbert responded by hitting Mike Williams for the game-winning 53-yard touchdown pass with 2:17 left. 2 sacks on Roethlisberger on Pittsburgh's last drive sealed the Chargers' 6th win of the season. And the Steelers fall to 5-4-1, and the Chargers go to 6-4. The Chargers appear to be on their way to an easy win after taking a 27-10 lead with 3:44 left in the third quarter. The Steelers responded though with 27 in the fourth. But this was just a horse racing with 27 in the fourth quarter points. That included 2 touchdown passes from Roethlisberger. The second touchdown pass set up to Cam Hayward's tipped pass. That was intercepted by Cam Sutton. Tied the score with 4:23 left. The Steelers' scoring spree was set up by Miles Calabrew's blocked punt at the start of the fourth quarter, with Pittsburgh trailing 27-13. After Harris parlayed the blocked punt into a 1-yard touchdown, the Chargers took a 34-20 lead after Austin Eckler, scored his 4th touchdown of the night. Pittsburgh countered with consecutive touchdown passes from Roethlisberger, who returned to action after missing last week's game, testing positive for COVID-19. The Steelers then took their first lead since the first quarter. Chris Boswell's 45-yard field goal after Pittsburgh's defense forced a turnover on downs, but three plays after Boswell's field goal, Herbert found a wide-open Williams for the game-winning score. In a fast-paced half, the Chargers took a 17-10 lead into intermission, and Eckler scored both while helping Los Angeles both of the first half touchdowns, while helping Los Angeles jump out to a 14-3 lead. The Steelers countered with 2 scoring drives that included Roethlisberger's 10-yard touchdown pass to Deontay Johnson on Pittsburgh's 3rd possession. The Chargers offense ended the first half with Dustin Hopkins' 30-yard field goal. After Boswell gave the Steelers, an early 3-0 lead, Eckler's 2-yard touchdown run capped off the Chargers' 12-play, 73-yard scoring drive. Eckler's 10-yard touchdown pass on the Chargers' second drive extended their lead to 14-3. The 12-play, 98-yard drive came after Derwin James and Joe Gazzano combined to stuff Freemuth on 4th and goal. Pittsburgh responded with a 7-play, 84-yard drive that was punctuated, by Johnson's 4th quarter touchdown of the season. And Los Angeles received a big game from each of their main offensive players. Herbert became the first player in NFL history to throw 382 yards and run for 90 yards, and his 36-yard carry set up Eckler's fourth touchdown of the game. That's why the Chargers won, and Eckler, who caught and ran for 2 touchdowns, Caprice and Amaze, 116 all-purpose yards or proposed yards and just 17 touches. Cosman, Allen caught 9 passes for 110 yards, while Williams caught 5 passes for 97 yards. That included the game-winning touchdown. They weren't Grohl, but they were great. But the Chargers defense did come up with two key red come slaps in the first half. That included James and Gazzano's 4th down stop of Pat Freemuth. They also forced a field goal after Joe Schobert's 4th down stuff of Eckler with 3:18 left, and the score tied at 31 all. Joey Bosa had one of the Chargers' 2 sacks on Pittsburgh's final offensive drive that ended with an incomplete pass on 4th down. Now, that's why the Chargers won, and Pittsburgh's defense could not overcome the advances of starters T.J. Watt, Joe Hayden, and Micaiah Fitzpatrick. That until that unanimously allowed the Chargers to score on each of their first 5 possessions. The absence of Hayden and Fitzpatrick was especially fell on Herbert's game-winning touchdown to pass to Williams, who was wide open near the sideline. That until had no answer for Herbert, who made almost as many plays with his legs as with his old arm. And while Sunday marked the first time the Steelers scored 30 points this season, they left some points on the board, having to settle for a field goal on 2 of their drives inside the Chargers' 20-yard line. And that also told to get much going on the ground, as Harris ran for 29 of Pittsburgh's 55 yards before leaving the game with a midway through the 4th. Harris left the game after sustaining a hit to the head after making a reception. And Pittsburgh received a solid game from Roethlisberger, who had 9 touchdowns and no interceptions over the last 5 games. Johnson caught 7 passes, 101 yards, while Chase Claypool caught 5 passes for 93 yards. So, but this is, I was watching this and I'm like, wow, this was a good game. And so this was and the play of the game, Pittsburgh had the lead for less than a minute before Herbert hit Williams for the game-winning score. Herbert immediately realized that Sutton sat on the route, allowed Williams to be wide open downfield. Williams then outran the rookie Norwood, who started in place of Fitzpatrick, to the end zone. So, just what a game. And the Chargers will face Denver, and the Steelers will face the Bengals next week. So, boy, just what a game between those two last night. I mean, on Sunday, excuse me. So, boy, just what a game. And it's just one heck of a game between them. It was just one heck of a game. Now to give out the game balls for that Sunday night game. Justin Herbert, 30 of 41 carries and attempts, 382 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. Austin Eckler, 11 attempts, 50 yards, 2 touchdowns, and I think it's Mike Williams, 5 receptions, 97 yards, 1 touchdown. So, boy, this was just a great game by the Los Angeles Chargers and the Pittsburgh Steelers Sunday night. Well, before we'll get to the Monday night one in just a moment, but right now we're going to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 Week 11 Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football recap question. It's a Giants question. Who was the head coach of the 1986 New York Giants football team? And if you said Bill Parcells, you are correct. Bill Parcells, born in New Jersey, replaced Ray Perkins as the head coach of the New York Giants to begin the 1983 season. In 1986, Parcells led Big Blue to a regular season record of 14-2, and then a 3-0 mark in postseason play, calamating a Super Bowl victory. Parcells became well known for his tough, no-nonsense leadership. He developed a close bond with Giants quarterback Phil Simms. Bill Belichick was the defensive coordinator for the '86 Giants, and he would later become the head coach for the New England Patriots. In 1986, Dan Reeves was the head coach for the Denver Broncos. I will have another trivia question on my Thanksgiving Day podcast of Scott Sports 101, which will kick off Week 12 of the NFL season. We'll have not 1, not 2, but 3 games for you that day, so stay tuned for that. Now, last night's Monday night, and boy, was it the Tampa Bay Buccaneers manhandled the New York Giants 30-10 last night at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Boy, Tom Brady stepped it up in the pocket to scramble high-stepped a spectacular slide hard for a first down and got up pumping his arm and screaming. That's one way to erase the taste of losing. Brady threw for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the New York Giants 30-10 on Monday night. The Super Bowl champion Buccaneers are now 7-3 and snapped a 2-game skid as Brady avoided dropping 3 in a row for the first time since 2002. We're at a decent point, but we can play a lot better than we played, Brady said, hoping our best football is ahead of us. So, and this is just one of those games where it was just a one-sided game, but the Giants had to settle for just 1 field goal and a touchdown. So, this just was not the Giants' night. And Rob Gronkowski joked that he was open for the seam for a touchdown on that play. It was an 11-yard run. They don't happen very often, so I do remember how far they go, Brady said. I don't know where it was officially ruled 10 yards. So, but right now, I've given you some, but I don't have much time, so I'm going to have to give you the game balls quick. But Tom Brady gets one of them. I know that. Tom Brady, 30 of 46 carries and attempts, 307 yards, 2 touchdowns. Mike Evans, 6 receptions, 73 yards, 1 touchdown. And Ronald Jones, 8 attempts, 33 yards, and 1 touchdown. That's just about going to wrap it up. And I'll see you Thanksgiving Day for Scott Sports 101 Thanksgiving Day podcast. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.